Hey, what's going on, guys? Untitled here, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a return subscriber, glad to have you here. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content, such as unboxings, first impressions, reviews, weekly fragrance rotations, and things like that. So if any of that stuff interests you at all, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. But guys, today we have another unboxing and first impression for you. Now, this is actually a fragrance that I've had on my wish list for a few months now. And it is from the house of Guerlain, and I'm talking about none other than the Vetiver from Guerlain, guys. Wow, now this fragrance is pretty much a classic. I think it was released back in around like 1959, so it is fairly old. I think they relaunched it in 2000 as well. So yeah, I am an absolute huge fan of the note of Vetiver. It's so good. Like, as far as the it's very earthy and it works perfect in like a rainy situation, because it is very earthy and wet smelling. So I'm so excited to actually smell this one here, guys, and see if this is a good Vetiver fragrance. But I'm actually very happy because I got this from Maxx Aroma. Now, I actually purchased this for $30, guys, for this 100 ml bottle here. I mean, that is an absolute steal, because I actually had a additional $5 discount for buying so many fragrances from them. So I decided to actually use it for this. Right now they do have more for 35 bucks. So if you are looking for Guerlain Vetiver, check it out on Maxx Aroma. That is probably one of my most used websites for discounted fragrances. But yeah, now let's go ahead and look at the packaging here. I absolutely love Guerlain's packaging, guys. It's just the attention to detail. But of course, on the front you have Guerlain Paris up top. You of course have Vetiver. This is the original Vetiver, not the Vetiver Extreme. And this is a eau de toilette concentration right there. Now on the top, you do of course have the Guerlain logo. At the back, you just have, let's see, just your ingredients down below. And it just talks about Vetiver, the fragrance of the earth. Interprets the duality of nature, ardor and harmony, freshness and warmth. Yeah, that pretty much defines Vetiver to a T, guys. And then on the bottom, you of course have your batch code and your barcode to authenticate the product and see when your product was actually produced. Now, I did not check the batch code yet on here, but this is actually the new packaging. I think they came out with this packaging around 2017. Now, I'm very happy I actually got this packaging, because on Maxx Aroma, they also said in the title, it said Guerlain Vetiver, and then it had like parentheses, might not get what is shown in the picture. So I was like, oh, I hope they don't send out the old packaging, because I'm looking forward to get Habit Rouge from Guerlain and probably Pour Homme as well. And they all come in this new packaging, so I want all of them to be uniform, of course. But let's go ahead and open up this cellophane and get to the fragrance, guys. Oh, I'm so excited to wear this and test it out and stuff. I've been on a Guerlain roll lately, guys. Absolutely love Guerlain as a house. And they've been around a very, very long time. So here we go, guys. Now, as far as the packaging, okay, so it is pretty rigid. It's like 3D, so it has like ridges to it, which is always nice. And then at the back, it is smooth. So let's go ahead and pop the top of there. So it looks like inside. So you can authenticate your product if you do get Guerlain Vetiver. Wow, that is some green juice right there, guys. Oh, and this bottle is actually pretty light, first off, but here is the bottle of the new packaging Guerlain Vetiver. As you can see, this has the logo right there and the fragrance. And it's like a nice kind of shaped bottle, actually. It looks very, very good. Nothing on the top of the cap there, as you can see. And then on the bottom, it looks like that is, I think, engraved. Of course, you have your batch code right there, and that's what it looks like. So let's go ahead and open the top here. Oh, wow, okay. So it actually kind of slides on like that. So it does not click into place. It does slide on, but as you can see, you can't pick it up by the cap. It's not going to slide off, so that's always good. And then inside the cap, there is nothing in there, no logo or anything. So as far as the packaging, it is not as nice as the L'Homme Ideal line. That has like a bunch of attention to detail in that line, but it's all still good here. The packaging, as far as the cap goes, it kind of feels like a soft kind of like foam material, as you can see there. It's like a nice foam. So that is pretty nice. It's a little bit decently weight as well. So that's good. So let's go ahead and see if I smell this out of the cap. All right, so I do not smell anything out of the cap, which is a good sign, of course. Let's go ahead and do a first spray. Now, I'm not wearing a fragrance right now, so it's not going to interfere with anything, guys. So let's go ahead and do as we usually do. Spray in my inner elbow and see what we get. Wow, okay. Pretty good atomizer, actually. Not bad at all. Kind of like the L'Homme Ideal line. Wow. Oh, man. All right. I smell it already. It's very strong. Wow, that is nice. Very classy, guys. Very classy. Oh, wow. All right, so right off the bat, you're gonna get a bunch of citruses, guys. I think in the top notes, it has mandarin, lemon, and bergamot at the top. And you're getting all three of those so well blended together. Wow, that is so good, guys. Oh, man. I am picking up on the vetiver. The vetiver is coming through right now as we speak. Wow, and it's actually a very, very smooth smelling vetiver. That is incredible. It does smell very earthy, a little bit wet, but there's actually a dryness to this as well. I believe it also has tobacco too. I think that might be from making it a little bit dry as the tobacco. I am picking up on the tobacco as well. Wow, guys, that is actually surprisingly really good. I don't know what I was really expecting. I was just expecting a full-blown vetiver, but it has a lot more to that than just vetiver for sure. Now, I know this fragrance actually has a ton of notes. You can check them out on Fraghantica. It does have a lot of notes to it. This thing is pretty much packed with notes. Wow. That is unbelievably good. I think it also has tonka bean. I believe it also has musk in the dry note as well. It'll be a little bit animalic, probably not much. I'm not picking up on that yet. Still just getting that citrus blast in the top and just a lot of vetiver and a little bit of tobacco that's making it a little bit dry. Now, to let that sit for a second, as far as who would wear this or what occasion, this would work perfect in, let's see. I mean, this would work perfect in the spring and summer, the fall as well, since it is just very earthy, and then the tobacco. Wow, that is so good. Man, for the price that you can get this at, guys, hop on it. I'm telling you right now. Because Guerlain is actually a niche house. All they produce is pretty much just cosmetics and fragrances, which makes them niche, and they've been around for hundreds of years. And this is a definitely affordable niche, guys. If you're just getting into niche fragrances, definitely check out the House of Guerlain. They have a lot of offerings from their L'Homme Ideal line. They have a whole bunch from there. Of course, this shape bottles, Habit Rouge. I haven't smelled that. Pour Homme. They have another one, I forget the name. Of course, Vetiver, Vetiver Extreme. There's a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of fragrances from this house. Check them out. It's very good. Now back to this. Now the citruses they're still there, of course. It's only been a few minutes, but I'm definitely picking up on the vetiver a lot more now. Like every minute the time goes by, that vetiver is just coming in full blown. And it's a very sophisticated vetiver, guys. Very nice. Now I would say, as far as age group goes, this is definitely gonna lean more mature, 100%. Usually vetiver as a note is more mature. Definitely not a teenage fragrance whatsoever. I don't see teenagers really liking this fragrance unless you have a real developed nose and you just have a love for perfumery. Then you might like this, but yeah, definitely more mature, 100%. And this is, now as far as, since this has been around since 59, it does not smell dated whatsoever. I don't know, maybe they reformulated it when they relaunched it in 2000. That's a huge possibility. I'm sure they did. But yeah, this does not smell dated whatsoever. Wow. Now I heard this get a little bit of comparison to Tom Ford's Gray Vetiver. I think that's a lot more fresh though. And I actually don't recall what Gray Vetiver actually smells like. I have smelled it a couple years back, but I don't remember. But yeah, going back to Guerlain Vetiver, this is a gem. An absolute gem, guys. Wow, I'm so happy to actually have this in my collection. Oh man. And only for 30 bucks for this. And this actually retails for over $100 for 100 mil. I think it's 105 if I'm not mistaken, or even more than that. So yeah, definitely check this out on the discounters, guys. That's what's so good about Guerlain. You can pick them up on the discounters for a fraction of the retail price, guys. And this is probably worth retail, to be honest with you. It's that good. I don't know, I'm kind of getting a little bit like a minty kind of vibe in there. I'm not sure if it has any mint in it, but I'm getting a little bit of a minty kind of note. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up after this if it has any kind of minty kind of notes in the fragrance, but I am picking up on that. Wow, this is so good. So good, guys. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up my unboxing and first impression of Guerlain's Vetiver. I cannot wait to wear this. Probably gonna give it a full wearing tomorrow. Test it out, see how it performs as far as longevity and projection, and see if this garnishes any kind of compliments. To be honest with you, this would probably not be a crowd pleaser. So if you're looking just for compliments, this is probably not for you. Definitely go with like Bleu de Chanel or Sauvage, guys. This is not going to be a crowd pleaser whatsoever. Now I'm sure like the ladies that actually have a developed nose, they might like this. I can see that. It just smells good. It's fresh. It's got the citruses. It smells a little bit clean. And yeah, it just smells so good, guys. I cannot wait to wear this. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna wrap up my unboxing and first impression of Vetiver from Guerlain. Let me know down below if you have any experiences with this. I'm definitely curious on your thoughts on this fragrance. Also, like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe down below as well if you want to see future fragrance uploads from me. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, take care, everybody.